It says slow internet, stop and restart this. Like I said, here we are. So Periscope, you're live with the questions and comments. Same with Facebook. Thank you for being with us. Trying to make these times together, and your words of encouragement. We broadcast. So if you're praying and I'm paying attention, then we'll have what we need to have, and the Lord will be glorified, and He'll be faithful to do that. So any questions or any comments, anything that you'd like to say? I mentioned earlier I'm in Wegmans. It's a little noisy in here. They're busy music coming through the Muzak. Uh, but in any case, here we are. So thank you. And like I said, I have to sip on the coffee to keep my mask off, okay? I sense that they are a little, uh, you know, comment. This was a quote that I read a couple of days ago. The person said the following: some believe that God could possibly have sinned. And I want you to think about that. Is our impetus and our motivation for evangelism, and it should, you know, lame, lost, okay, in the totality of our humanity, and that means the whole head is sick, the whole heart is faint. It's humbling, but it's true. And until we get to that place, but all becomes then the candidate for grace, the forgiveness, because you forgive. Let me read what else he says. He says, um, if it were possible that God would love a sinner not any longer if they are a saint born again now that has sinned. And before you think that God is after sinless perfection, just read, okay, 1 John 1:7 and 1. A disservice getting people saved. This is quite interesting. For if they remain an unbeliever, at least they were loved by God. The 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 art outstretched hand of the grace of God is toward them. But now, as a believer, if they mess up, they won't be loved of God. I know it sounds crazy, but this is the theology many people believe today. So he kind of calls on the carpet like, I need to take a look at my thought process on that. Because what if, we've seen it, high profile, uh, pastor or evangelist or someone fails. And you say like, oh my gosh, like, and we get that judgmental disposition, but we cannot we cannot bypass what Galatians 6 and verse 1 talks about. 1 through 4 talks about they that are spirit filled are to go. If you see your brother, uh, in a fault. Now that's very interesting because it really describes that you are an eyewitness. You're not getting hearsay. You're not getting hearsay. Eyewitness. Okay. Then you are to go to them for the purpose of restoration. It's a beautiful passage. That's Galatians 6. And same problem, the same issue. 7 times, I thought he was pushing the envelope. But no, 70 times. Wow. Okay. But notice this. He says this: I know preachers who have an amazing amount of love for a sinner, but none for a Christian who sins. Okay? I need to check that in my own disposition, in my own heart. Like, yeah, do I have mercy for the unsaved members of my family? But I have not that mercy. His mercies endure forever. His mercies are new every day. Great is God's faithfulness. Okay, I don't have that towards myself. When I fail, I condemn myself. When I fail, I put myself on probation. When I fail, I want to cash in my chips, go back into the world. It's easier, it's more set. Well, all of that is what's rooted in this statement. So let me conclude with this. He says, so I know preachers who have an amazing amount of love for a sinner, but none for a Christian who sins. If God commanded his love toward me while I was a sinner, as Romans 5:8 says, then why should, as his child, would he stop loving me when I did sin? Good question. And very interesting portion. You guys did come in. Okay. Coming on and off on the Wi-Fi. Sorry. Connection because I've got a weak signal. So you know what? I'm finished. I'm complete. Yeah. It's the Wi-Fi. When I noticed it as a believer, I've sinned, but now I stand forgiven by Jesus Christ and by you. And so don't forget, tonight we'll have a midweek service, ggwo.org. And then tomorrow it will be 8 a.m. No, Thursday. Tomorrow, Thursday, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Talk to me Thursday. Thanks so much for being with us. And where's my thank you. And God